So as the sun comes up on a beautiful morning, it's freaking cold, we are unloading, and it's only just because we can only get these 5-meter sections through the gap here, but we're getting them in, and there's the first one unloaded, so it's all going pretty well. But there's nothing for me to do except watch. But anyway, back to it. So the first load has arrived. So the first load has arrived, and yes, it's the first load. I was under the impression that we have a trailer behind the lorry, but it turned out that these sections were too big, as far as I know, to be transported all at the same time, because they're 5 meters. And 5 meters is the height of the building. So you can see these are pretty bulky equipment, pretty bulky pieces of kit, but just look at that insulation. This is what's going to keep me warm. I'm going to have no problems heating this. Investment, I say. Talking about insulation the other day, and pretty impressive, eh? So, because we were unloading this morning, I'm thinking, well, surely there's going to be some metal work coming soon. Surely there's going to be some metal work. Last one comes off, no metal work. So I rang up the company. Oh yeah, there's 2 deliveries. The next one comes tonight at 4 p.m. I'm like, oh my goodness. We've got freezing rain and ice and black ice forecast for this evening. So I hope it comes early enough. I've got to ring back the driver who unloaded, Frank, who unloaded with his 4x4 this morning. Excellent machine. And ask him if he can come back. I hope he can, because if not, I'm screwed. But anyway, let's wait till later. So far, so good. No damage, but it's damn cold. Frozen slab. It's amazing the patterns it makes when you get ice freezing. Look at that. But anyway, let's be optimistic. Let's keep that energy going and wait for the next delivery. Catch you after. Always the same. The driver got lost, didn't phone me, and now I'm walking back to the house because the guy unloading this, Frank, has just told me he's arrived the other end. So now I've got a 10-minute walk and everyone's up there not knowing what the to do. Life. So I just popped down to have a look at everything we unloaded last night, because I couldn't really quite see it. It was pretty dark. We had a second delivery which turned up late, which caused a lot of grief to me. Now, I'm not usually one for moaning, believe it or not, but this guy who was supposed to come at 4:30, and that was all agreed, that he'd contacted the dispatcher and they've got back to the lady I've been dealing with, and she said no, he'll be there for 4:30. Didn't turn up till 5:30, 5:45, and during that time he was lost, didn't bother phoning, and it all became very frustrating because I was obviously paying someone to turn up for the second time in the day to unload all the equipment. So, but he was great, and thankfully we had a decent driver, because we had a major problem trying to unload all these things. We didn't realise there were 7-metre length pieces. But at the end of the day, it's all here. Everything is there. Everything is there. I'm not really going to go into it any further because it's just pointless and a waste of everybody's time. However, I will just say that I cannot believe that people can operate like that, and a company that is supposed to be communicating with people. Because I mean, imagine if I was that driver and I was turning up to a work site knowing that it was after 5 o'clock and it's likely there's no one there to be unloading. You think you might actually ring to say, listen, have you got someone to unload? Anyway, I went to bed last night. I slept like the dead. I was exhausted, but the weather we were supposed to have didn't really come. And what we've got now is miserable cold. We did have freezing rain last night, but it kind of thawed a bit. Now we're 1 degree and just wet snow. And the next probably 24 hours will be quite disgusting as well. But it's all here. I don't care. Believe it or not, that is the metal work for the building. That there over there is the windows. Another window, I think that's the doorway next to it there. That's the door there. And that bit behind is the main front garage door, which is all the panelled door that goes up and over. That's the main access door. So I see we've got in here, I haven't even unwrapped this yet. This is all the boxes of screws and fixings that come. I'm going to move all this up to the house. I have to say that I have no issue with the company at all. It's just the transport company that really pissed me around yesterday. But there again, as I said, I'm just going to shut up about it because it's done, it's here. And I'm not in the mood for moaning about things because I just think, just move on and forget it. But you can also see we now have the mud bath I was trying to avoid before. So I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully we'll get some dry weather and that will dry out again. But nothing to really comment on other than the fact that my swimming pool is also doing well. So I've got to work out how to drain it, and I'm thinking of using one of the drainage things we've got there to get all the water out. But, or if not, I'll have to pump it out. But it doesn't matter, it's fine. It will make a good ice rink if it does freeze over. And thanks for everyone's comments, because that's what it looks like, a swimming pool or an ice rink. But anyway, from a really wet Brittany, that was an update for you. Now there's nothing to really do at the moment because I'm waiting for the people that are going to come and put the building up to say when they're going to start. So I have been in contact with them. They're going to let me know as soon as they have a date. But, yeah, I'm dead chuffed with it. And yes, chuffed is a word we use in the UK for all you American people. It means pretty made up and happy. Right, I'm going back up to the house. I'm freezing here. This is, as I said, this is the worst weather we get in Brittany. It's not doing anything. It's just being thoroughly unpleasant and thoroughly useless to nobody. And a lot of hassle for everybody else. So whatever you're doing, keep warm. And we'll be back in touch. Bye for now.